Hey guys, welcome back to the Parkerverse. This week, following on from the Code Geass home screen, I thought I'd bring you guys a surprise setup, this time for Black Clover's Asta. This is going to be another one in my series on how to customize your home screen like a pro. A series where I show you how you can easily and quickly get these stunning minimalistic setups on your Android phones. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the previous episodes. And following that format, I'm going to show you how you can take a basic home screen setup and turn it into something like this. But before we get started, if you like this video and want to see more just like this, make sure you like and subscribe to help support the channel. And don't forget to submit your live wallpaper and home screen requests right from within the Epic Live Wallpaper app. Just head to the live section and then click on the request button. And remember to boost your favorite ones using both the heart and the booster buttons here. So here he is, Asta standing tall, ready for battle. With this being the second Black Clover setup for the channel, I decided to go for something a bit different. Starting with the icons being placed in a wave-like fashion around Asta, followed by the widgets of the setup being tucked away along the edges of the screen. On the left being our bold date widget, and the right are modded quick access music controls accompanied by our custom time indicator created in the same style. This setup will be running Nova Launcher using KWGT widgets, and to complete the look I'll be using the Hex installer for system-wide customization. The link for these and everything else that you're going to need are going to be in the description below. Now as a quick note, if you want that full screen edge to edge look for your home screen setup without those ugly signal bars, then make sure you disable the notification bar within Nova Launcher settings. And to get this comfy icon layout, make sure to head to Nova's home screen settings and change the grid size to 5 across and 12 down. And to really clean up your home screen, I highly recommend you turn off icon labels, increase your icon size, and if you're using a dock background, make sure to disable it here. Now that we have that out of the way, the icon pack that we're using in this setup to match the dark tones of the theme is the Dark Polo pack. Just simply head to Nova's look and feel section and set the pack as your system icons. And before we go any further, make sure you grab this unique wallpaper from my very own custom creation app. Just simply head to the live video section and you'll find it there. And remember, if you have any wallpaper suggestions of your own, make sure to let me know from right within the app itself and boost the ones that you want to see next. Next up, these awesome KWGT widgets. Starting with the top left of the screen is this bold date indicator, courtesy of the vanilla pack is number 14. Just simply load it to your home screen, then resize and reposition it. For a quick guide on KWGT manipulation, make sure you check out the video in the top right corner. Now once you're happy with the look, make sure to hit save in the top right corner, and let's move on to the second widget. These custom modded music controls, the base of which is number 61 from the mini music player pack. Simply load it to your home screen and adjust its size, making sure not to cover too much of our live wallpaper. Next, let's start by resizing the widget so we can see all of the different elements. And once done, we want to head back to the item list, and using the tick boxes, we want to select the first 2 items on the list and delete them. Now that we have just the 3 control buttons by themselves, let's increase their size before heading back to the main stack group item. So next, we're going to rotate the control buttons. To do this, we're going to use the plus button to add in a new overlay group and then cut and paste the original stack group into it. Now, when you head into the overlay group's layer tab, you're going to find the option to rotate. So just make sure to set this to 270 degrees. Next, let's add our box outline. While still in the overlay group, we want to add in a new shape item, which we're going to change into a rectangle, and then increase its height and width before setting the cornering to 16. And finally, within the paint tab, we want to change the style from fill to stroke. At this point, feel free to adjust the shape's positioning so it's more on the canvas. And of course, feel free to adjust the overlay group as well, pushing the whole setup together to the right of the screen. And wrapping up this widget, we're going to give it a grey backdrop. And to make sure it fills in all of that blank space behind the music controls, let's use our newly created shape once more by simply copying it and change its style back to fill and change its color using the code on screen. Now all that's left to do is drag our newly created gray shape and place it at the top of the item list. And of course, remember to hit save. Now for the third and final widget of the setup, this custom time indicator, which we're actually going to build from the ground up, matching the style of our music widget. Simply start by loading in a new KWGT layout to our home screen, and within the customization app, we want to click on the create button. Now that we have a blank canvas, let's start by adding in a new overlay group. And then within it, we're going to add in a text item. Lucky for us, by default, this is already set to indicate the time. But what we will change is the font style itself. Here, I'm going to select my favorite font, Roboto Slab Bold. Next, let's rotate the overlay group by 270 degrees, just like we did in the last widget. And speaking of the second widget, we're going to follow the exact same steps as we did before, adding in a new rectangle shape to be used as the white outline, increase the overall size of the setup, and of course not to forget to copy and paste for the gray background itself. And as a final tip, make sure to toggle the padding to get your widgets even closer to the edge of your screens. And wrapping up this setup, we're using Hex Installer. This is going to give you a nice AMOLED friendly black backdrop with the colors of the theme splashed across the whole system, including the notification panel. Just use the color codes that I'm showing on screen. And alternatively, you can get a similar result using the app OneShade. If you like this video and want to see more just like this, make sure you like and subscribe to help support the channel. And if you have any theme suggestions or requests, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. See you next time on Into the Parkerverse.